Hello, welcome back. I got a break. I did cook some hot food and eats, and I'm uploading. Find another car, Fiat Panda, which drive long on the liters. It's 415. I find my papers. I was looking at different kind of cheap cars running long on liters. I made many videos like this Fiat Panda Twinner 60 dry 26 kilometers liters. It's a Twinner 80 and a Twinner 100 horsepower. That's the Citroën C3. So let's just continue. The Fiat Panda, you can get kind of cheap second hands, but that's a very small car. Let's ride it Fiat. Later I can read about the Fiat company. Yes, I will go to my bed, check my cell phone. That's like more than 10 pages, 12 pages.
Fiat Panda. Fiat Panda in Makilan NL.jpg. Third generation MK4, 2011 present, overview manufacturer Fiat, A. Production 1980 present body and chassis class shitty car forward / A segment chronology predecessor Fiat 126, first generation, Fiat 133. The Fiat Panda is a city car manufactured and marketed by Fiat since 1980, currently in its third generation. The first generation Panda, MK1, 1980, 1986 and MK2, 1986, 2003, introduced in 1980, was a two-box, three-door hatchback designed by Giorgetto Giugiaro and Aldo Mantovani, 1. A Vital design and was manufactured through model year 2003, receiving an all-wheel drive variant in 1983. Seat of Spain marketed a variation of first-generation Panda under license to Fiat, initially as the Panda and subsequently as the Marbella, 1986, 1998. The second generation, launched in 2003 as a five-door hatchback, was designed by Giuliano Biasio of Bertone, and won the European Car of the Year in 2004. The third generation Panda debuted at the Frankfurt Motor Show in September 2011, was designed at Fiat Centro Stillo under the direction of Roberto Giolito and remains in production in Italy at Pomigliano d'Arco. 2. In 40 years, Panda production has reached over 7.8 million. 3. Of those, approximately 4.5 million were the first generation. 4. In early 2020, its 23-year production was counted as the 29th most long-lived single-generation car in history by Autocar. 5. During its initial design phase, Ital design referred to the car as Il Zero. Fiat later proposed the name Rustica. Ultimately, the Panda was named after Panda, the Roman goddess and patroness of travelers. 6. First generation, 141, 1980. First generation, 141, Fiat Panda front 20071205.jpg. Fiat Panda 45 overview, also called SEAT Panda production 1980-2003, 4,491,000 units. 7. 8. Assembler Mirafiori, Turin, Italy Italy, Autobianchi, Termini Imerese, Italy Lambrate, Italy, Innocenti. Reintroduced at the March 1980 Geneva Motor Show. The Panda was internally designated as Type 141 and was designed by Giorgetto Giugiaro and Aldo Mantovani. 1. Of newly formed Ital design. From its inception, the Panda was designed as an inexpensive, easily maintained, utilitarian, and robustly simple car. 1. Introduced to the press in December 1979. The first generation went on sale in Italy in late February, ahead of its Geneva premiere. Fiat launched right-hand drive models for the UK market in May 1981. Development. As the first time Fiat had entrusted the development of a large-scale model to a firm outside the company. 12. Giugiaro and Mantovani spent 15 days in Summer of 1976 in Porto Cervo, Sardinia, designing the Panda using fuel king name 0.13. Giugiaro developed the packaging and styling. Mantovani conceived the car's technical approach. Designer Giorgetto Giugiaro and Aldo Mantovani, Ital design body and chassis body style 3-door hatchback 3-door cabriolet layout front engine, front-wheel drive or four-wheel drive platform tip 0 platform, tipo 0, 9, related SEAT Marbella powertrain engine e-petrol. 652 cc i2. 769 cc i4. 903 cc i4. 965 cc i4. 999 cc i4. Diesel. 1301 cc i4. 19 bhp, 14 kilowatts, electric, 10. 23.8 bhp, 18 kilowatts, electric, 10. Dimensions: wheelbase 2,160 mm, 85.0 in, length 3,380 mm, 133.1 in, width 1,460 mm, 57.5 in, height 1,445 mm, 56.9 in, curb weight 715 kilograms, 1,576 pound, 1980 Panda 750, 11. Chronology: predecessor Fiat 126, first generation, successor Fiat Cinquecento, second generation, Fiat 500e, for Panda Elettra. Fiat CEO Carlo de Benedetti's design brief specified a straightforward container with a spacious and Spartan interior, weighing and costing no more than the Fiat 126 it was replacing and having a similar design approach as the Citroën 2CV or Renault 4. Notably, in the late 1950s, the head of Renault, Pierre Dreyfus, had called for the Renault R4 to have an egalitarian approach, like blue jeans, which people can wear in any situation if you do away with the pretension of snobism and social conformity. 14. During the design gestation, Giugiaro took particular inspiration from a folding lounge chair in conceiving the seats of the Zero, simple, easy to maintain, modular, inexpensive to manufacture. To ensure its practicality, he conceived that the Panda's cargo area should accommodate no less than two 50-liter wine demijohns, along with a full complement of passengers. 15. 16. From its inception, the project would use monocoque construction with an early flat floor, 17, and a sufficiently high roof to accommodate upright seating. Giugiaro and Mantovani completed the design for its 7th of August deadline, discovering only then that Benedetti had left Fiat. 18. Despite Benedetti's departure, Ital Design presented Fiat with two full-scale models, 4 alternative side designs, an interior buckle mock-up and a comprehensive study of the Panda's competition, as well as a series of tempera renderings by Giugiaro. 12. Under the prototyping designation Progetto 141. 13. Fiat subsequently commissioned Italdesign to create production studies, a master model, provisional tooling and pre-production prototypes. Within a year, Italdesign had made 20 rolling chassis. 19. In February 1978, Fiat test-marketed prototypes to potential customers and dealers at an unpublicized event in Milan's Novegro Park. On response cards distributed by Fiat's sales department, participants gauged their design's exterior and interior appearance and finish, spaciousness, instruments and controls, engine size, price, and its provisional name Rustica. 13. In January 1979, production was delayed by protracted union negotiations, specifically over Fiat's plans to move production from plants in Cassino Sulmona and Termini Imerese to Turin and Desio. An agreement was reached between December 1979 and January 1980, with production scheduled for the Termini Imerese Autobianchi di Desio plants. 13. On the 26th of February 1980, Fiat presented production models to President Sandro Pertini, in the gardens of Rome's Quirinal Palace, and the car officially debuted in Geneva on the 5th of March carrying the name Panda, after Panda, the Roman goddess and patroness of travelers. 6. At the time of its introduction, the World Wildlife Fund had resisted Fiat using the Panda name, but acquiesced when Fiat made a substantial financial contribution. As local custom allowed the writing of a check on any surface, Fiat delivered the contribution, written on the hood of an actual Panda. 20. In the 2 months following the Geneva Motor Show, Fiat received over 70,000 orders. Design. Following the brief of creating a straightforward, practical design in the vein of the Citroën 2CV and the Renault 4, Italdesign's work highlighted utilitarian practicality throughout the design. Just prior to the Panda's debut at the 1980 Geneva Salon de l'Auto, Giugiaro described his design intent in a 1980 interview with Turinese newspaper La Stampa, published in February 1980. La Panda, e cum un paio di jeans, che sono poi un vestire semplice, pratico, senza franzoli. Ho cercato di portare in questa auto lo spirito del costruzioni militari, in particolare degli elicotteri, ossia di mezzi legri razionali, nati per solve nel modo migliore certi scopi. The Panda is like a pair of jeans, a simple, practical article of clothing without pretense. I tried to give it the essential quality of a military design, in particular a helicopter, something light, rational, and optimized for our specific purpose. Giorgetto Giugiaro, 21. One of the more noted design features was a highly flexible interior, including a 7-position adjustable rear seat that could, via a series of adjustable lateral tubes, fold flat into a provisional bed. 22. Fold into a V shape to support awkward loads, or easily and quickly be removed altogether to increase the overall load space. Foregoing sprung upholstery, simple padded fabric seat covers, and fabric door trim could be removed and washed. Likewise, the dashboard used a padded, washable fabric supported by a simple tube, creating a long, flexible storage pocket accompanied by rigid plastic door storage pockets. A simple ashtray could slide along the support tube or be detached completely. Cargo volume could accommodate 280 liters within the trunk area or could expand to 1,000 liters with the rear seat removed. 1. In either case unencumbered by the spare wheel, which was stored in the engine compartment. Exposed painted sheet metal comprised much of the interior's exposed surfaces. The interior rear-view mirror had no day forward/night adjustment, and fresh air ventilation was oriented solely for demisting the windshield. The instrument cluster did contain an upper heating vent. Without fresh air venting to the interior via dash outlets, side windows featured vent windows and optional pop-out rear windows. Luigi Maglian, Fiat's marketing strategist, was perplexed when first seeing the interior design, suggesting the interior mock-up was missing. Fiat's new CEO, Nicola Tuffarelli, clarified that the rustic interiors were in fact the final design, ready for launch. 20, with an overall aerodynamic coefficient lower than the Fiat 127S, in spite the blocky shape. 20. The first Pandas featured arces in the adjacent bodywork rather than door handles. 13. It has completely flat glass in all windows, weighing less and making them inexpensive to manufacture, as well as easy to replace and interchangeable left to right. Fiat, in fact, had difficulty finding a manufacturer for the highly simplified glass. 23. The engine bay was designed to accept either a transverse or longitudinal engine configuration. In practice, the simple sheet metal, body-colored, asymmetrical grille, derived during the design process by folding a piece of paper. 12. Was positioned either with its intake on the left for the air-cooled Panda 30 and on the right for the water-cooled Panda 45. 23. The bodyside panels were continuously welded to the roof panel and covered with a full-length black molding. 18. Eliminating an expensive sheet metal fold, self-forming a rain gutter, and improving aerodynamics. Owing to the car's flat sides, the lower section of the doors were corrugated to give them additional strength and to resist drumming. Much like Elia French counterparts, the Panda could be specified with a two-piece roll-forward canvas roof. A scratch-resistant paint and the lowest portion of the side panels complemented resin, dent-resistant bumpers. 24. In 2019, an example of the Panda 30 belonging to the FCA Heritage Collection was exhibited at the Triennale di Milano. 25. Models. Front of Mk1 Fiat Panda. Mechanically, the first Pandas shared engines and transmissions with the Fiat 127, and in certain territories, the air-cooled 652cc two-cylinder power plant of the Fiat 126. Rear suspension used a solid axle suspended on leaf springs. Later versions added mechanical improvements while retaining a robust simplicity throughout its model life. Launch models included the Panda 30, powered by a longitudinally mounted air-cooled 652cc straight two-cylinder engine derived from the 126. 26, and the Panda 45, with a transversely mounted water-cooled 903cc, Fiat 100 series, four-cylinder from the 127. As a consequence of the different drivetrain layout, the 45 had the radiator grille to the right side, the 30 to the left. In September 1982, Fiat added another engine to the lineup. The Panda 34 used an 843cc water-cooled unit, derived from that in the 850. It was originally reserved for export to France, Belgium, Germany, and the Netherlands. 27. Rear of Mk1 Fiat Panda. A Mk1 Panda Super. Fiat launched the Panda 45 Super at the Paris Motor Show later in 1982. With previous specification models continuing as the comfort trim. The Super offered an optional 5-speed gearbox. Minor styling changes to the Super included Fiat's revised corporate grille with 5 diagonal silver bars. The earlier grille design, metal with slots on the left for ventilation, continued on the comfort models until the next major revision of the lineup. A 30 Super was added in February 1983, offering the Super trim combined with the smaller engine. The Panda 4X4 was launched in June 1983, powered by a 965cc engine with 48 bhp, 36 kilowatts, derived from the Autobahn Chia 112 or Fiat 100 series engine. Known simply as the Panda 4X4, this model was the first small, transverse-engined production car to have a 4WD system. The system itself was manually selectable, with an ultra-low first gear. Under normal, On-road conditions starting was from second, with the fifth gear having the same ratio as fourth in the normal Panda. Austrian company Sturpuch supplied the entire drivetrain.